All right, welcome back to the Wedding Police, guys. It's the full house. Like I said earlier, if you're just joining us, you have missed quite a bit. But I do have IK, Success, Sammy the American Boy, Isaac John,
Hi,
Solomon,
Mom.
Stephen Donnell, I beg your pardon, with an R, and Ozik with me in the studio. It's been quite the show. Please stick around to the end. Now we're going to talk about, so quickly, guys, we're going to talk about the most viral moments. So we can't talk about weddings without talking about like the viral moments. So there's certain memories that we've had from last year. All of the weddings last year are coming to play now. So which one stood out for you? What moment from every wedding that happened last year stood out for you the most? Okay, let me start with you.
Okay. Okay, so for me last year, one of the viral moments that stood out for me was the traditional wedding of Love is Easy.
Love is easy.
Yeah, traditional wedding because the looks were looking.
So it was all about fashion for you.
It was all about fashion for me. The looks were looking. From the white dress and the white that people needed more for. So
Stephen?
I'll wait my turn. Like a gentleman.
I trust
I'll wait
you.
my turn.
And
Shots
even
fired.
the looks made by Lisa Flower, all the looks from the traditional wedding were just
Yeah, so
really
the fashion stood
beautiful.
out for you last
Yeah,
year.
I did love the play on colors, how they interpreted both cultures. Really, really beautiful. If there's any moment I did not like
Oh,
last season,
trust you to
last
tell
year,
us. Yes.
it was how on the styles or the poor execution of the styling for the guests at Sean Parker's wedding. A lot of especially women, they did not come correct. And especially with an interesting team like that you could have gone and done amazing
In a
stuff.
totally different direction. Yeah.
Remember that the men at the wedding, because I happened to have been there with you, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, the men carried everybody that came from Ebuka to Stanley.
Bucci
But
Franklin. Yeah,
when
it
you
was
look
a
at the
good
other side
one.
of the coin, and all the rest of that, it was not just properly executed. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So standout moment for you was Love is Easy, the fashion from the trad wedding specifically. And then the least standout for you was the female guest specifically
Female
at
guests specifically, because
Okay
the men carried.
Ifunaya's wedding.
The men
Okay.
carried.
All right, awesome. Very well said. Success.
The first thing that really comes to my mind when I think of viral moments is the carriage at what is their initials again? The carriage with the
Kegel.
lion, yeah.
Kegel.
Where they had that
When
carriage
she came in and she was
moment.
carried in.
Yes,
And so, yeah,
and she was just so
actually, that's a good
regal,
one.
and that was just a moment. That was like,
it was giving Coming to America.
this is the bride. In as much as it was giving coming to America, it was like, this is the bride. She is the spectacle, the moment. So that is like the first thing that really comes to my mind. The other viral moment that I really did love was the face card of the Otedolas, the daughter and the mom. They were just so beautiful, and Twitter went crazy about how gorgeous they were, and it was just like a visual spectacle, to be honest. So that is the two at the
So
top of
those
my
are your
head.
two faves. Okay. All right, Sammy.
Okay, standout moment for me was Temi Otedola and Mr. Easy for their reception look. There was this photo they took, and the wind, the background in Iceland with the horses, like it was just like, it was so iconic. It was such a moment, and the photographer did a great job capturing that moment, and they looked really, really good. And my worst moment from 2025 would be Davido's look, because I think
Someone
that's
had to say it.
that's like the pinnacle of everything, like worst of the worst, because everything is in their hands. They
That
have
was
the
his
money, they
worst
have the
moment.
stylists, they have everything, but they still fell off flat, and that's like the worst moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just specifically him, not the
Yeah,
couple.
just him, just his
him.
suit. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Isaac.
I think for me, it was still on Timmy and Izzy's wedding, but it was waking up and finding out that, it's not just three that they marry. They've been married since, like, they had like three different ceremonies across different countries, and nobody knew about it until they were ready to let us know. So for me, I think it was such a beautiful thing that they were able to have their moment. It was private to them and their guests. And then when they were ready to share it with us, they shared it with us. So for me, that was like a really special thing.
Yeah, that's a good one. Do you have any bad moments?
Let's not get into it.
It's another show.
The worst of the worst.
Okay.
Talk to me.
So I have a couple of standout moments, both highs and lows. So for the highs, obviously the Otedolas were amazing. Like the fact that the fashion, the suspense, the surprise, everything all together, the amalgamation of everything was just so beautiful. Then also the coming together of East Africa and West Africa
Yeah,
for JP
such a moment.
2025. It was like there was so much love in the air in that moment. Everybody loved JP 2025. And some of the lows, let's get into the lows. As much as we are all shitting on Davido, I mean, Choma didn't do great as well, to be honest.
Ooh.
You went there.
She didn't do great.
Okay.
Like the fact that as a bride, she was pulling her dress on the walkway, and it was a lot of ideas on her wedding dress. Let's not get into it. And the most annoying thing for me last year was Papaya X with Juma Jux's picture and Priscilla's on her
How can we
outfit.
forget
She said,
that
I'm
one?
gonna
That
put your
was
husband on my
incredibly disrespectful,
Yeah.
rude, crass, tacky, and gutter behavior. Like,
Yeah.
there's no coming back from that. It was just uncouth.
Yeah.
Midway
Okay.
banana.
All right,
Yeah.
Stephen.
With just
Yeah.
like little differences, I believe he said my mind exactly.
Oh, everything. Okay.
Yeah, you know, I call it the Love is Easy week because she was just giving us back to back. She didn't care. It's her Instagram and she has been quite long enough. She's like, you guys are going to see what happened at this wedding. One of my favorite has to be like, not even the wedding itself, as beautiful as that is. There's this picture that was going around where everybody was like in a sauna in Iceland with Shaggy there unexpectedly. That was so iconic to see everybody in their element, chill. Like you can't even guess. As much as you can guess, you can't really guess what that list was going to look like. Me personally, I was just seeing like a clash of different words, and I was like, "Wow, this is
Different
beautiful."
personalities,
And
yeah,
they're not there
yeah.
like for the ceremony itself; they're just there together, chilling. So, Love is Easy week was one of the highlights. Next, like you said, also we have the Tanzania, Nigeria. When we talk about our immediate siblings, we're talking about Ghana, we're talking about Benin. Like to have Tanzania and Jen, like that was such a huge movement for Nigeria and Tanzania. And we can even say that as also like kind of like, put in place some political what's it called? Like call it
Insignias,
propaganda now.
emblems.
Because like people are now like, okay, now we have to we're family now. So that kind of
Yeah,
situation. That was very,
yeah.
very iconic to have Priscilla and Jumajux come together, and it was a whole cultural experience. And we were part of it. Like the content was back to back to back to back, and I absolutely loved that. And for worst, I'm sorry I don't have worst because I can't really think of one right now. But yeah, Otedola, Love is Easy week, and
And
Juma
JP
Jux,
2025.
beautiful.
Okay. All right, awesome.
Might I point out that the JP wedding birthed the direct flight from Tanzania
Nigeria
to
to-
Nigeria.
Oh, yeah, oh,
It
definitely.
did, yeah,
I
it
mean,
did.
everybody knows that. Yeah.
That's just amazing
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
a wedding to do that.
Yeah, true. Ozik?
Beautiful. I've had what like everyone has said, and it's just so. It's amazing to just be like, hear what everyone has said as well. But what I want to say is this. Love is Easy. It shows you how premeditated the planning was.
Yeah.
And it really establishes Temi's foot as a fashion girly, because from the curation of even the events, from the pre-wedding to, we understand that it took some time to even let the public know. But when the public knew,
We knew.
it was a mad rush. It was crazy. I really, it was whimsical for me. It was very whimsical for me because she had a good idea of what the direction of her pre-wedding should look like, even the main wedding as well. And the execution was totally on point. So that's like my highlight on that.
So Love is Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but my worst moment that I can't say let me overlook it or let me just like swab
Yeah.
it is Davido's pants. Like,
Just his pants specifically.
those brown Tom Ford pants was really an injustice to everything. It was really an injustice to everything
Injustice.
he
Seriously, justice.
represents to the culture. Like it was really an
So
injustice
trousers
to
around the
everything
world.
he represents, and like to the culture, hip hop, like you understand, Afrobeat. It was bad. It was really, really bad. Like I said earlier, it was more like you go into a Tom Ford store and you pick the ugliest thing there. So I really just feel like it was a disservice to his persona. But apart from that, yeah,
Yeah.
that's just where I'll leave it at.
I think you guys had some really great moments. Some that I'd even forgotten, to be honest. I'm trying to think now, top of mind. There's a few that come to mind, so I'm just going to say them out, and then maybe I don't have a
Pick a favorite.
fave just yet, but I think when I'm saying that, maybe a fave will come to me. For Love is Easy was definitely the rollout. I think every single video, that was one of those, it's the
Intentional.
gift that keeps on giving. Because like he said, the fact that they were already married, and then we just started seeing it. It's almost like she sat with Easy. It was like, "You ready? You ready, B? You ready, B?" Press play. And we were just seeing everything back to, and every video had a different story behind it. It was effortless. It was beautiful. There was everything about it. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about their wedding. So I think the rollout in itself, the entirety of that wedding, was a huge moment for last year. And then I know when we spoke about it here on the show, we talked about them redefining what Nigerian weddings would be in terms of culture and the style and everything, because it was very different from what we typically see. So that's for Love is Easy. For Oge, Ifunaya, Sharon, and Sean, they got married on the train, literally from Lagos to Ibadan. Their wedding was on the train. We haven't seen that done before, so I'm gonna give them the flowers, because it's one thing to plan a wedding at a venue and a lot of elements come to play and can go wrong. Planning it on a moving train, and they did their vows on the train and then arrived at the venue and then did the whole wedding, the rest of the wedding at the venue. I think it was IITA or something in Ibadan. I think that was really interesting. So that's also giving people ideas.
Interesting.
It's promoting culture as well for Nigeria and tourism and whatnot. So I think that was just giving people ideas on like how to, you know, other ways to do their wedding as opposed to like doing a whole.
no-brainer. It's crazy.
Still on Oge Funaya, the Umuna clock it.
Yeah.
That was definitely a moment, again, because of how her bridesmaids were
Viral
styled
moment.
and the whole Umuada type. It felt like they were Umuada, their meeting and stuff, and then doing that, jumping on that particular trend. So that was definitely something. So that's Oge Funaya. For Chivido, as much as, yeah, I mean, I didn't like Davido's outfit. I didn't particularly love Chima's outfit as well. But what I do remember, what was memorable for me for their wedding was Chima's pixie cut. And I know that pixies are trendy.
Nigerian girls.
Everybody that was selling pixie at the time,
Yeah.
the prices went up. They were using her picture. I saw her picture saying, "Oh, come and buy Chima's pixie and everything." And it was different. It was nice. I'm used to seeing lace frontals. I'm just saying. Do you get? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm used to seeing a lot of brides do their lace frontals and whatnot. And then she had the short hair. It was nice. Her makeup was fresh. Her face was gorgeous. This was a moment in itself. Away from, we know. We already know the other parts of
But
it.
I feel like this was a moment in itself.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the
Yeah,
pixie.
this was a
Specifically her face
Any
card.
other thing below?
No, specifically her face card. I think that was absolutely
The
gorgeous.
face card wasn't declining.
I'm trying to think, what other wedding am
But it wasn't
I?
enough to pay for a nice trek.
Eesh.
The lower
You
half
said it, not me.
bankruptcy.
So yeah, I mean, those were some of the moments that I think stood out for me. I'm trying to remember if I'm missing out anything. Also, you remember for her when she had her son's picture,
Yeah.
and
That was beautiful.
I think his cufflinks, and then in her bouquet or
yeah.
something like that.
Such a nice
I mean, that was nice. That was an
so
awe
beautiful,
moment
yeah.
for everybody and stuff. JP 2025, like he said, I mean, because of two people fell in love and suddenly I can fly direct to Tanzania. Come on now.
Romeo and Juliet story.
Come on now.
You know?
I'm all for it. Do you know what I'm
Romeo,
saying? So
Juliet.
that was
History.
definitely
that's like
One
that's
for the
another.
history book.
that was
History
definitely
books, Romeo and
something
Juliet reminds me
for
of that.
JP 2025. For these guys, Kigo, he talks about her entrance being carried in. That's the one the husband had the lion, remember, from Ugomoyi and stuff. So that was an interesting moment as well. You get a photograph wall. It was an interesting storytelling. What else? So yeah, I think those are most of my like memorable moments. I don't know if I have a least favorite, but those are moments that I remember from last year that got me very excited about like the wedding culture and the wedding industry and everything. So yeah, that's it. Those are all my faves. Yeah.
Rightly so,
All
rightly
right,
so.
all right, awesome. So quickly before I let you guys go, it's been a long day already, but let's talk trends. So let's talk trends that we noticed last year and the trends that we feel we should keep. We look forward to seeing this year. And trends that were like, yeah, let's just dead this now. So when I'm talking trends, I'm talking corsets, beaded dresses, metallic gele, structured agbada for guys. Right. You talked about beaded jackets for guys as well. What trends did you love? What would you... So let's do it this way. what trends do you like?
Mhm.
And then which ones are you like, please, can we dead this trend in 2026? Yeah, let's
So
do
I
that.
actually love the fact that most of the male attires rather looks more innovative than they were just picking, from the past previous years or decades. And to be honest, moving forward, I would like to see a lot more men get into their fields when they think about their feet, because it's usually the women
Yeah,
that
that take the
take
spotlight.
that
Yeah, true.
prerogative. So yeah, that's one. That's one.
So you want the grooms to stand out more
Yeah,
at their
like
weddings.
I would like them
And
to
don't
have
let the
their head
brides
into it
outshine
as
you.
well.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, like
you
that.
get so maybe because we've seen in the previous year we've seen the beaded trend. In terms of like them incorporating the beads to their suits. We like that, but let's see them take it a bit further. You understand? Maybe a more androgynous or
Approach to
yeah
it.
yes,
Okay.
like you get like just go all out how you feel. That's really why I eulogized Easy's wedding like over others, because I could just see that she was in that moment. It felt the most whimsical to me. You understand? So I would in the coming year, so this year in fact, I would like to see more men just like embrace the approach. Just
Yeah.
do it.
Okay.
If you want to wear a shirt, let us feel that that's how you want it to be in that moment. And if everyone will understand, because this is the wedding channel, this is the wedding police. So,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
obviously.
All right, Stephen.
All right, for me, it has to do more of like textures and colors, right?
Okay.
I feel like last year opened up like many possibilities to textures and colors. It's something that we've been seeing, but especially once again with the Love is Easy, wedding, you can see that color and it's like, wow, who have done it like this? And also like even with the picking, now we have guys where, of course, who can argue that they're not the first to do it, but we have JP, with the guys are wearing like a shade of pink, and we're just like mixing colors. The men are not just wearing black suits, tradition black or just simply white. They're mixing things up now. Even if it's just like,
Catching up.
whatever it is, whether traditional white wedding, like we're seeing a pop of color grow in Nigeria to be specific.
Yeah.
Where like the men, men just love to keep it safe. So I definitely would love to see more pop of color, more exploration. And for a trend that I think needs to die, I would say, please put me in my place if I'm wrong and correct me, but personally, I genuinely don't like when a corset has too much bone, or you can't even hide it so well that it's just look tacky. I know, like, if we're gonna go into like history and the fact of it, the corset is meant to like almost be like a support kind of situation, make you look more snatched. But like, if that's not what you're going for, at least know the reason why the corset is there. Sometimes you see like a corset is added to an outfit, and it's still very much like it's not firm. You understand? So it's like, okay, if that's not what you want, then just scrap the idea. You don't have to follow the trend. Yeah. If it doesn't serve you, just remove it. Yeah. We had an example with the the Igbo, the lady with the red. What is going on there? Like, it's not necessary. If it doesn't serve you, don't just follow trends. Don't use it. Yeah. But if you know you need it, you want to look so snatched, you want that waist nowhere, go ahead and execute it right.
So corsets are dresses, but they need to be executed right, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't do it for the trend. Do it because you know you're going to slay.
Okay. Fair enough. Solomon.
Okay, for me, I'll start with some things I noticed last year. So I noticed that a lot of groomsmen were now taking the outfits seriously. Like, they took their outfit, the synchronization of the outfits seriously.
Yeah.
Most times, usually the ladies that
The bride,
the bridesmaids that are really interested in what they are going to wear. But now you see that a lot of groomsmen now wearing like same outfits, same shoes. I like that trend. But
groomsmen.
Yeah, groomsmen.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
So now they are now being more intentional about being a groomsman as opposed to just wearing whatever.
Anything.
You know.
No, actually, that's very true. Yeah, that's very true.
That trend.
That's a good trend I like. And like he said, I want men to be more intentional about their outfit, in the sense that they should actually be active in the styling process when they're talking to their stylist. So you don't just, anything goes. Not, you should be more intentional. It's your wedding. It's not just your wife's wedding. It's your wedding. Be more active, because you're going to look at those pictures for the rest of your life and say, this is what I wore.
Yeah, true.
Davido. Do you understand? So
True.
also the trend I want
Shout
them
outs to him,
to,
by the way.
You just coughing the
Go ahead.
video.
Yeah, coffee, baby doll.
The what trend I want them to scrap out completely, we've seen enough in 2025. The over-exaggerated stuffs. I am tired. You're not a herbalist. Somebody had Rolls Royce, somebody had elephant,
Rolls Royce.
eagle, and tiger
Oh
in
my
one
God.
staff.
Yeah.
It is so much that you cannot even do so much. Your umbrella is already so big. Then you now hold one staff. You look like a chief priest. You know. So
I actually agree with that
Honestly.
one. Your staff is supposed to complement your look, not take away from
So
it.
if
These
it's
guys,
over
take note
exaggerated,
of
it
that.
can be
Yeah.
like a small staff, fine, cutesy.
Yeah.
But one is now too big that it's like you're literally lifting a dumbbell. Or
And there are more than one signs there.
Yeah.
Make it make
yeah.
sense. That's what I have to say.
Okay. All right. I see.
Hi. So for me, I think something that really stood out last year was that a lot of couples started to use stylists. I know it was like it was a thing
Yes.
before, but a
Yes.
lot of people understood the need for a stylist. So, and which is something that I think is like we should consider, we should keep going
Yeah.
forward. I'm just gonna move right quick into it since I don't see in this 2026, guys. First of all, I don't see any drip going from left to right to left. It's done. Let's keep it back where it came from.
For ladies.
Yes, it's like
Well, they have
almost.
to hide the fupa.
Let's do peplum.
That's
This is blouse.
Peplum is so
Something.
played out. My goodness.
Yeah, but I just feel like the drapes have like it's tired. It's tired.
Yeah.
And another trend that I think is is you're coming to someone's wedding as a content creator. Like I'm not saying like you're coming to the wedding, you're bringing your camera team, your video team. Come on, you're a guest. And I'm not saying don't take pictures. Like I understand you spend
Valid.
money, take your pictures in your house, studio,
Yeah.
whatever. But there's no reason why you are interrupting the flow of the events because you're trying to
You're trying to
secure chair
capture-
for your
yeah, true.
photographer, you know, that kind of. So
videographer,
guys,
yeah.
come on,
That makes
let's,
sense.
Yeah.
let's do better.
Yeah. Okay. Sammy.
Trend I really like the most, as they all said, the men are like putting in effort into their looks. You could see more beaded suits and also he said something about they should go into androgynous looks, which I think is like overboard. As he was saying, like you can do it, but don't overdo it.
do it,
Yeah,
yeah.
don't miss the point. Yeah, so I actually think they should continue. Like it's a really great trend. And something I think is like very bad, which I've seen a lot of times, even on the show, it's when a tailor make a cloth, a dress with the corset, and you can see the what is it called?
The boning.
The boning
the lines
and
of-
the
yeah, things like
underlayer.
that.
It's actually very tacky and it looks unfinished. So
Yeah.
whatever that style is, I think it should just end in
Yeah.
2025.
I
Moving
agree.
on, we should cover the corset properly with the
I second
material.
that.
Yeah.
Completely. Absolutely. Success.
I feel like when we talk about like wedding attire, especially for the bride, we are looking at the look from head to toe. And I feel like one thing that I really did notice last year was that everyone wanted to do a frontal for their weddings. And this is not like a new innovation, but I'm just saying, at the beginning of the day, your lace is like lace wear. Towards the ending of the day, when you sweat it a bit, it's
Unlaced.
giving lace there. I'm seeing the lace. The lace is literally pulling back from your hair. So I'm just saying that
Thinking
one
of a
trend,
specific bride because you seem so upset about this.
one trend that needs to be left in 2025 is thinking that
Lace frontal.
all you can do is lace frontals. Like Chioma did that beautiful pixie cut. Let's think of other things, other cleaner looks that
Fucking
you
gel.
can photograph from
Fucking
beginning
gel.
to end of the day and you still be looking like a human being on your wedding day.
Yeah.
Because when you look a
yeah.
hot boo-boo mess on your wedding day,
Yeah.
girl, that's
Very
gonna haunt you
valid.
for life.
Very valid point.
So yeah, that needs to be
Yeah.
left in
Amen.
2025.
What about the trend you want to keep?
Let's glue.
Um,
Let's glue.
more, honestly, more fashion.
More fashion.
We just need
yeah.
the girlies to go overboard and go all out. I know that they're doing it right now, but they need to keep at that. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I think the problem with me speaking last night is that every idea I had.
I mean, go ahead.
But still.
I'm like, okay, so what else? So what else? But then I'm still going to touch on it. First, let me start by saying that I'm, like what you said about, notice that couples are now using stylists.
Stylists.
Please, yes, use stylists.
More of that. Look at me.
Call me.
Call me with money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, use a stylist. And even if, one thing I'll add is, even if you know you are a fashion person, Timmy was a fashion girly, but I'm very sure she worked with a stylist.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
she worked with designers and she
Yeah.
listened to them because they
Yeah.
will help guide and clean up the look. Because the problem with when you're a fashion person and you're getting married is that get a lot of ideas. There's one wedding I'm looking forward to this year, and I pray.
We
I
all know.
promise we all know the wedding. Let's not mention because they never send me invites.
Which wedding is
Fingers
this? Aki
crossed.
Faminu and Kiki?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've already said it for you.
Okay, please. So, but my point is, when you're a fashion person like that and you're getting married, there's usually that pressure to do so
Yeah,
much.
because we've seen a lot
Over-deliver.
from you
We've seen a lot from you already
so-
on a normal day at other people's
Yeah,
weddings.
true.
So please, this year let's try to work with stylists and keep it clean. Learn to edit your looks. It's not everything that must go. You put a drape here, you put feathers here, you put gilly here, you
Fringe
put
on the
peplum
back.
here. Your train is at the back. There is a lot going on, guys. Let's try to work with a stylist that will help you edit it and listen to your stylist. Because one problem is hiring a stylist and not listening to your stylist.
Two
Trust me,
problems.
I have those clients. That they will hire a stylist but will not listen to the stylist.
Two
Because they
problems.
believe they are fashion people. That is one problem.
Listen
So
to your
let's
stylist.
try and stop that. Another thing I would suggest for designers that make traditional wear is, please, if you do a corset dress and there are ropes, make sure there is a zip on it that seals it. It keeps it clean
Yeah,
at
we
the
don't
back.
have to see
I don't like
it.
seeing those ropes.
The
Yeah,
Those ropes
true.
upset me because most of the times people use tacky ropes, one, two.
Ribbon.
Is that the ribbon? And it's ribbon that is already
A
clean off.
ribbon.
We can literally see it. So, but if you're going to do a corset and put that rope, there needs to be a zip there that cleans it up and just keeps it clean.
All the back
Do you need
rows
to wear a
were
corset and I'm seeing the rope at the back? Like it doesn't work well.
Yeah, I like
Then
that.
also
I like
with
that.
with the men, I will say please. Yes, do androgynous if your body fit carry am.
No, I mean,
If your body
you know what I was
fit
trying to say? They could lean
they could
into
lean
it.
into
They
it.
could
Yeah,
lean into it.
It'll
Breath
be
of fresh
interesting to
air.
see. It'll be breath of fresh air. Really interesting to see. But please work with it. All boils down to working with
Working
a
with a
stylist.
stylist,
stylist.
And you
yeah.
don't just work with a stylist. Work with a stylist
good
that does
stylist.
weddings.
That does weddings
Because
specifically, yeah.
someone that let me not. Okay, you're
Amen.
Talk now.
Amen. Because somebody that does a lot of
Runway.
say runway, music
Editorial.
videos, all of that might not necessarily translate well when it comes to weddings.
To a wedding.
To be a wedding stylist, it takes a little bit of experience in certain things. And you need to be well cultured in what is going on. Because you pick a client and you don't understand how their culture works or what they're trying to get,
Yeah.
and then the whole look is a mess. And there's word, and that's why we have situations like that on 4 trousers by that brother. You get so
His sister.
It's our brother.
by that brother. So
Brother, the-
all of
the
those
stylist is the
situations.
sister.
The stylist is the
Then
sister.
another thing that I would say is, let's drop the babalawo sticks, guys.
The
Like
stars.
keep it clean. So
Yeah.
funny enough, when the said I was very into it.
Yeah.
I still am. With some of my clients, we have used it. But one note I always give to them is, you cannot put lion head on top of that stick and put Rolls Royce at the back. Where is the lion
Someone
and the
did
Rolls Royce
that.
going to meet?
The line they
What's the
drive
story?
now.
Yeah.
And also, then another note I will also add is with embroidery, just like you mentioned with JP, I would love to see a story.
Yeah.
Don't just put motif and
Yes.
snakes and everything and put colors there.
GPT.
It's really nice to
But
see
Davido gave you a story, they had a
elements that's not to the groom's family or to his tribe or to where he's from. And then you give to trade secrets like this. So, but elements that would say, okay, there's thought to this. That's why
Yeah.
we all love Easy's wedding.
Easy's
Because
wedding.
there was
Thought
proper
to it.
thought
Thought
to
to
it.
Yeah.
Than just vavavoom.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
love the Baba.
Yeah.
Amen.
That was
I agree.
beautiful. Well
I-
said.
Vavavoom in the
Not to
fucking
think you
chat.
didn't have things to say.
Thank you. It's always they're always the ones. I don't have anything to say, but then they ask for extra sheets. But first of all, I want to say that you guys, well done. I agree with every single thing you said. Some of them I even totally forgot, and then you mentioned it, so I'm like, oh yeah, that's actually very, very true. So I agree with everything. The only things that I would add to it, so for men's fashion, for instance, the trends that I noticed, the structure that does, is different from men's are being more, guys, the grooms especially are being more intentional with their outfits and stuff. What I still feel is lacking and I want to see more of for 2026 is personality. Guys are getting more dressed up, but I'm still not seeing your personality come through in that outfit. So that's what I feel I'm looking forward to seeing that. The wedding you mentioned, let's see, because he's a fashion guy. So I want to see how he's going to interpret because there's going to be multiple looks, right? So personality for the men's styling and stuff, more structure, all of that. For women's stuff, I was going to say take away the beads, but I know the beads, if they're done right,
Yes.
they come out very well. I like the whole 3D effect and texture and everything that it does to it. But I feel like it needs to be done well. And now people are just slapping on colors and did you get? So it's just like, oh, let me just do one abstract pattern and beat it to follow that. It's not telling a story. It doesn't always work. Sometimes it's a bit too much. It's over the top, especially when the top half is beaded different from the bottom half of the dress.
Exactly.
They're like going in totally different directions. So I still don't mind the beading and the mosaic and all those things that come to play. But I feel like it needs to be done right
You have some
for
personality
women's
to it,
fashion.
yeah.
Also for women's fashion, the corseted dresses, please. I don't want to see that back. I don't want to see the
I
boning.
don't see those ropes.
I don't want to see the
those
ropes.
bonings.
I don't want to know that there's a corset.
corset.
Can we just keep it that way?
the beauty
Can I
of it.
speak on
I
behalf
don't
of
want to know.
designers? Can I speak on behalf of
Yeah.
them? So to put a corset inside a dress and then put a zip over it
It's difficult.
means the corset needs to be extra snug, because to do a corset, you're already taking like 2-3 inches from the person's waist. So you have to close that up so that the zip can actually match that size that you've reduced the corset to be. And then you now have most people saying, I can't breathe.
Okay, so is the fabric the problem or the fact that you cannot buy more fabric to give us that extra inch?
Extra inch.
The measurement
Yeah.
is
No,
also
if I
measurement
give
thing.
you back that 2
Everything.
inches, you don't have a snatch waist
You
again.
do.
Isaac,
I'm sorry,
we've
guys.
seen people do it.
Yeah, I'm saying like
Yeah.
most people.
No, I get it. I get
Yes,
it.
so
But
I'm
we've
not-
seen
yeah.
people do
So
it.
I'm not saying it
And-
can't be
and that's
done.
what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
the thing is, so another thing is, not every dress needs a corset.
Not every
Not every
every
dress needs a corset. Yes, it looks nice when you have the Coke bottle type shape and everything.
Not the
But not everybody has to have that.
But
Do you
the
understand what I'm
issue,
saying?
that's usually the client's preference.
Yeah, that's the
Monster
client's
red
preference. But if you're going to do
Usually.
it, there needs to be a cleaner
But
way
that's
of
why
executing that.
that's why
Do you
you do
understand what I'm saying?
fittings.
Yes.
So if you tie it when you're doing fittings, after you finish the fittings and you agree that this is where we are going to tie it to, then you cannot add the
Extra fabric to close it up and
close it
stuff.
up.
Yeah.
Because
I
it's
think
It's usually not always. I
Yeah.
understand where you're coming from, but it's usually not always like that.
It's not that easy.
It's like
Yes, it's good that we have the conversation that there should be a zipper with the corset. You understand?
Yes.
From the onset,
From the
before.
No, of course you agree, but like I mean, after you've done the fitting, you already know all these things during the fitting. So it's not like it's a surprise on the wedding day that you're not asking somebody to close it. From the production process, you already know that at the end of this dress, there's going to be a zip at the back. So you make all the contingency plans to make sure that there is the zip at the back, because people have been doing it. So
Yeah.
if it doesn't work for that client, you tell them, madam, you tie wrapper.
Yeah, yeah. I think it just looks. I'm not saying again. These are just trends that we want to see. Everyone's gonna do whatever they want to do
Whatever
at
they
the end
want
of the
to
day,
do.
right? It's your
at
wedding.
the end of the day.
I'm just saying it looks a lot cleaner
cleaner.
in terms of execution when we don't see all of that. When I can't tell there's a corset there. I don't want to see the boning. It's very tacky, like he said. I don't want to see the boning. I don't want to see the ropes in the back and all of that stuff and what went into putting that look together. I just want to see a nice, clean, tailored look when it comes to women's fashion. And then what else? Yeah, I'm all for the oversized gele and all the different styles of gele that we've had. Metallic gele, when it started initially, I know we started, I saw that the first time I saw that was Sharon's wedding, Sharon Borges' wedding with the silver. And I was like, I might. I was a bit on the fence about it, but we've seen a lot of that
This December,
last
it was
year.
all over the place.
It was all over the place. Vicky James has done it. This other lady has done it. There's been a bunch of it and
Some people are
different
even
colors.
using it for Ipele.
Yes, for Ipele as well. So then there's other colors as well. So it's not a trend that I absolutely love, but I'm curious to see what they will do with that particular trend this year. So I'm looking forward to seeing all the other weddings that happen this year and then how people interpret that particular fabric, because it's such a heavy fabric. So it can distract from the entire outfit or it can complement the outfit as well. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. Staffs,
No, sorry.
tone it down a notch for crying out loud.
Sorry, real quick.
It's a bit too much.
I have to add, just for the tailors, please stop sending your designers AI designs. Like, it's not
AI?
real. Yeah. It was a bit of a problem.
People do that?
This year.
No,
they
but-
do.
but-
They just, now that everybody almost have like access to it, they just kind of like, and then they send it to, and to
But
us,
really, I have
what's
no.
going on?
To be honest,
no problem with that, to
but
be
I
fair.
have no issue with that.
But some of the
Tie
design are unrealistic,
Tie
though.
because tie the cultural emblems to it as much as you want to. What we're more focused on now is the implementation.
Execution.
Yeah.
You feel me?
If you can execute it,
because
why not?
Yeah.
right now the world's eye is on this region of West Africa. You feel me? So I feel like the more we plow into our stories with the AI, if it helps you, if it makes you more efficient, put it inside.
But I don't think that
Yeah.
kind of take away from the designer and stylist authenticity.
We're talking about innovation here.
not really.
And the
It's
way
Human being
because
that's going to type the prompt.
Yeah, at the end of the
Can I-
day,
can I
if
say
they're able to
something?
interpret it to the way to
I
the best they
don't-
can,
I
yeah, why
get where you're
not?
coming from, saying that they should stop sending the AI image, because as I'm talking to you right now, I have the clients for Suki, brother clients, and as I'm talking to her on the group page, next thing I'm seeing, she has sent 4 pictures, and I'm like,
Who
what's
drew
going on? Did
this?
you pay for ChatGPT Pro? She has sent me, she said, oh, like I want it to look like this. I'm like, okay, so why did you hire me now? I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take away the authenticity of a stylist or a designer.
Yeah.
Like he's
Sure.
I
saying,
feel like that's
if
just a
you are
reference
sure
point. Yeah.
the execution is going to be as flawless as whatever your AI is
Yeah.
giving you, by all means.
By all
But
means.
if you know that you are speaking to Nneka that lives in Bala, not
Oh,
in
Bioma.
and you are making AI in UK,
Yes.
All right.
when
So
you see
moody.
our clothes,
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
I totally agree with everything. And I mean, on the final notes, please engage your wedding stylist for your weddings.
Please do.
Yeah.
There's a massive difference when you have a stylist involved and when you're trying to do it yourself, regardless of how much fashion and how much you think you know. Take all that stress off of yourself and deal with a stylist that knows exactly what they're doing. Do you get? And just dial it down, do a lot of editing and whatnot. Do you get? And do your fittings way before time.
do your
And
fittings.
yeah, I'm looking
Very
forward to seeing all the
important.
weddings.
Do your fittings, guys.
I'm looking forward to seeing how the weddings are going to come this year. But yeah, we're going to take another quick break, guys. And when we come back, we'll just wrap this up.
Thank you.
Okay? All right, we'll be right back. Guys, I don't know. This is one episode I actually don't want to end, if I'm being honest. I feel like we need to do another one. But I've had so much fun
Been
today.
amazing, yeah.
It's been an amazing show. Thank you guys so much. I could not have done this without you.
For having us.
And when I started the show, I did say you guys were my faves. So yeah, my absolute faves. So yeah, group hugs first of all.
Better minute.
But yeah, this is. I feel like we should cheers to the new year. It's the first episode. There's a lot to come this year. So cheers to fashion.
Yeah. Amen.
Always.
Always.
Cheers to more fun weddings. Cheers to more fun episodes of Wedding Police.
Yeah.
Of course. Good help, because we won't be here without it.
Yeah.
And what else? And what else? To just,
Money.
I think money comes with everything, but just generally just having a good time and celebrating culture, love, fashion, weddings, everything in the industry. Yeah?
Yeah.
We agree?
Yeah.
Anything else to add? We're good to go?
Let's go.
Let's
I'm busy.
Yeah.
Cheers,
You're
guys.
gonna go all the way out.
Cheers.
Cheers, darling.
Can I get everyone? No. Cheers over there. Cheers to you guys over there. And cheers to you at home as well. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. It's been an amazing, amazing show. I've had so much fun. So much fun. Shout outs to IK, shout outs to Success, Sammy the Birkin Boy, Isaac John,
Thank you.
Solomon, Stephen Darnell with an R. Never forget the R. And Ozik, thank you guys so much for
Thank you
being
for
here.
having us.
And all of you looked absolutely amazing. Thank you
You too,
Thank you for
Queen.
having
for
us.
showing up, for showing out and doing the damn thing.
Period.
Thank you.
Yes?
Yes.
Period?
Period.
Clock it? Yes?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I remain yours truly, Vanessa. Please, as always, go on YouTube and watch our previous episodes on there. We'll be back again, same time, next time. Take care now. Bye-bye then.
Bye, guys. Cheers.